Eid al-Adha is a very important festival for Muslims all around the world. It is often called the Festival of Sacrifice. This name tells us a lot about its meaning. Muslims celebrate it to remember a key story of faith and obedience. The festival usually happens in the 12th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. This month is called Dhu al-Hijjah. The celebrations last for 3 to 4 days. It is a time of prayer, reflection, and great joy for Muslim communities everywhere. Many Muslims look forward to this special time all year long. It is considered one of the 2 major Eids in Islam. This festival is also known by other names in different parts of the world. Some people call it the Greater Eid. This is because it is often seen as the more significant of the 2 main Eid festivals. The other major Eid is Eid al-Fitr, which marks the end of Ramadan. In some regions, like the Indian subcontinent, it is called Bakra Eid. This name refers to the goat, a common animal sacrificed during the festival. Regardless of the name used, the essence of the celebration remains the same. It highlights devotion to God and the importance of sharing with others in the community. The timing of Eid al-Adha is directly linked to the Hajj pilgrimage. The Hajj is the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Eid al-Adha begins on the 10th day of Dhu al-Hijjah. This is right after one of the most important days of Hajj. On this day, pilgrims gather on the plains of Arafat. This connection to Hajj makes Eid al-Adha particularly significant. It unites Muslims globally in spirit, whether they are performing Hajj or celebrating at home. The festival is a reminder of shared beliefs and practices. The importance of Eid al-Adha lies in its powerful messages. It teaches about sacrifice, not just of an animal, but of one's desires for God. It emphasizes the value of complete submission to God's will. It also promotes compassion, charity, and community spirit. Muslims are encouraged to share food and resources with the less fortunate. This ensures that everyone can partake in the joyous occasion. Families come together, strengthening bonds and creating lasting memories. It is a period of deep spiritual renewal and communal solidarity for all Muslims. The story behind Eid al-Adha is central to its observance by Muslims. It comes from the life of Prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in Judaism and Christianity. Ibrahim was a deeply devoted servant of God. According to Islamic tradition, God tested Ibrahim's faith in a profound way. Ibrahim had a recurring dream. In this dream, he was commanded by God to sacrifice his beloved son. Muslims believe this son was Ismail, though some traditions mention Isaac. This command was the ultimate test of Ibrahim's devotion and obedience to God's will. Prophet Ibrahim, though heartbroken, decided to obey God's command. He discussed the dream with his son, Ismail. Ismail was also a righteous young man. He showed incredible courage and faith. He told his father to do as God had commanded. Ismail said he would be patient and steadfast. This dialogue between father and son highlights their shared submission to God. It shows their willingness to sacrifice what was dearest to them. This act of acceptance is a cornerstone of the Eid al-Adha narrative. It is a powerful example of trust in divine wisdom. As Ibrahim prepared to perform the sacrifice, Satan tried to tempt him. Satan attempted to dissuade Ibrahim from obeying God's command, but Ibrahim remained firm in his resolve. He drove Satan away by throwing stones at him. This act is commemorated by pilgrims during Hajj. It symbolizes the rejection of evil and temptation. Just as Ibrahim was about to sacrifice Ismail, God intervened. A voice called out to Ibrahim telling him that he had already fulfilled the vision. God acknowledged Ibrahim's unwavering faith and obedience. Instead of his son, God provided Ibrahim with a ram. This ram was to be sacrificed as a ransom for Ismail. This divine intervention showed God's mercy and compassion. It confirmed that the test was about Ibrahim's willingness to submit, not the act of killing his son. This event is what Muslims commemorate every year during Eid al-Adha. The sacrifice of an animal during Eid is a symbolic reenactment of Ibrahim's obedience. It serves as a reminder of God's mercy and the importance of faith. It is a story of ultimate trust and divine reward. The act of Qurbani, or Udhiyah, is the ritual sacrifice of an animal. This is a central part of Eid al-Adha celebrations. It is performed by Muslims who are able to do so. The sacrifice usually involves a goat, sheep, cow, or camel. This act is much more than just a ritual slaughter. It is a profound act of worship and devotion. It directly commemorates Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son. By performing Qurbani, Muslims express their own submission to God's commands. They show their readiness to give up something valuable for God's sake. The symbolism of the qurbani runs deep in Islamic tradition. It is not the blood or meat that reaches God, rather it is the piety and devotion of the person offering the sacrifice. The Quran states this clearly. This highlights that the intention behind the act is paramount. The sacrifice is a tangible way to remember Ibrahim's unwavering faith. It encourages Muslims to reflect on their own lives. They consider what they are willing to sacrifice for their spiritual growth. It is a lesson in detaching from worldly possessions and desires. Remembering Ibrahim's devotion is a key aspect of Eid al-Adha. His story teaches Muslims about the nature of true faith. It shows that faith sometimes requires difficult choices and sacrifices. The Qurbani serves as an annual reminder of this lesson. It encourages believers to strengthen their relationship with God. They strive to emulate Ibrahim's complete trust and obedience. This act of remembrance helps to keep the core values of Islam alive in the hearts of Muslims. It connects them to a long history of prophetic tradition. Beyond the physical act of sacrificing an animal, there is a broader meaning. Eid al-Adha encourages a spirit of self-sacrifice in daily life. This can mean sacrificing one's time, wealth, or ego for the greater good. It involves giving up things that are dear to us, for God. This could be bad habits, negative thoughts, or worldly attachments. The festival prompts introspection about one's commitment to living a righteous life. It is a call to purify oneself and to strive for closeness to God through acts of devotion and generosity toward others. Eid al-Adha is intrinsically linked to the Hajj. The Hajj is the annual Islamic pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca. It is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Every Muslim who is physically and financially able is required to perform Hajj once in their lifetime. Eid al-Adha occurs on the 10th day of Dhu al-Hijjah. This is the final month of the Islamic calendar. This timing is significant because it coincides with the latter part of the Hajj rites. It is a period when millions of pilgrims are gathered in and around Mecca. The festival marks the culmination of the Hajj pilgrimage. While pilgrims in Mecca are performing key rituals, Muslims worldwide join in the celebration. One of the important Hajj rituals is the stoning of the devil. This happens in Mina, near Mecca. Pilgrims also offer an animal sacrifice, following Prophet Ibrahim's example. This sacrifice by the pilgrims is part of their Hajj obligations. The Eid al-Adha celebrations for Muslims not on Hajj mirror this act. It creates a powerful sense of unity and shared experience across the global Muslim community. Even for Muslims who are not performing the Hajj, the connection is strong. They participate in the spirit of Hajj through their own Eid celebrations. The prayers, the sacrifice, and the charitable acts echo the devotion of the pilgrims. Knowing that millions are gathered at Islam's holiest sites adds a special dimension to the festival. It reinforces the sense of belonging to a global ummah or community of believers. This shared timing and common rituals foster a deep spiritual connection among Muslims. It bridges geographical distances and cultural differences. The Hajj itself is a journey that reenacts many events from the lives of Prophet Ibrahim and his family. Pilgrims walk between the hills of Safa and Marwa, recalling Hajar's desperate search for water. They drink from the Zamzam well, a miraculous spring. The animal sacrifice during Hajj and Eid al-Adha is a direct commemoration of Ibrahim's test. Therefore, Eid al-Adha is not just a standalone festival. It is deeply embedded in the narrative and practices of the Hajj. It serves as a powerful reminder of the core tenets of Islam for all Muslims. Section 5. The Dawn of Eid, Special Prayers and Reverent Chants. The day of Eid al-Adha begins early for Muslims. They perform ablution, which is a ritual washing. Then they put on new clothes or their best attire. This signifies a fresh start and respect for the sanctity of the day. It is a sunnah, or practice of Prophet Muhammad, to eat something sweet before going for Eid al-Fitr prayers. However, for Eid al-Adha, it is recommended to eat after the prayer, preferably from the sacrificed animal if possible. This marks the beginning of a day dedicated to worship, remembrance, and community. A very important part of Eid al-Adha is the special Eid prayer. This prayer is called Salat al-Eid. It is performed in congregation. Muslims gather in large numbers, often in open fields called eidgahs, or in large mosques. This communal prayer is a powerful display of unity and faith. Men, women, and children are all encouraged to attend. The prayer consists of 2 rak'ahs, or units of prayer, with extra takbirs. Takbirs are declarations of God's greatness, saying Allahu Akbar, God is greater. This prayer is different from the 5 daily prayers. Before and after the Salat al-Eid, Muslims recite the takbirat. These are specific phrases praising God. The chanting of Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illa Allah, Wallahu Akbar, Wa lillahil hamd, resonates through mosques and homes. This means God is greater, there is no God but God. And God is greater, and to God belongs all praise. This collective chanting creates a vibrant and spiritual atmosphere. It begins from the Fajr, or dawn, prayer of the 9th day of Dhul al-Hijjah, and continues until the Asr, or afternoon prayer of the 13th day. Following the Salat al-Eid, the Imam, or prayer leader, delivers a sermon. This sermon is called the Khutbah. In the Khutbah, the Imam usually speaks about the significance of Eid al-Adha. He reminds the congregation about Prophet Ibrahim's story and the lessons of sacrifice. He also emphasizes the importance of charity, unity, and compassion. The sermon often includes prayers for the well-being of the Muslim community and all humanity. After the khutbah, people greet each other. They say Eid Mubarak, which means blessed Eid. This greeting expresses good wishes and joy. Section 6. The Ritual of Sacrifice. Understanding the Qurbani Practice. The central ritual of Eid al-Adha is the Qurbani, or Udiyah. This is the sacrifice of an animal. It is done to honor Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son for God. Muslims who are financially able are expected to perform this sacrifice. The animals commonly sacrificed are goats, sheep, cows, or camels. There are specific conditions for these animals. They must be healthy and of a certain age. For example, a sheep should be at least 6 months old, and a cow should be at least 2 years old. These rules ensure the sacrifice is done respectfully. The sacrifice itself is performed after the Eid prayers on the first day. It can also be done on the second or third day of Eid. The person performing the sacrifice, or someone on their behalf, should be a Muslim. They should say, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, in the name of God, God is greater, before slaughtering the animal. The slaughter must be done humanely. A sharp knife is used to make a swift incision, cutting the throat, windpipe, and major blood vessels. This method is designed to minimize the animal's suffering. The animal should also be facing the Qibla, the direction of Mecca, who is obligated to perform the Qurbani. Generally, any adult Muslim who possesses wealth exceeding their basic needs is encouraged to do so. This threshold is often defined by the same nisab level as zakat, obligatory charity. A family can offer one sacrifice, such as a sheep or goat, for the entire household. For larger animals like a cow or camel, up to 7 people can share in one sacrifice. This makes it more accessible for individuals to fulfill this important religious duty. Many Muslims save money throughout the year for this purpose. The act of Qurbani is not merely a tradition. It is a deeply spiritual practice. It symbolizes the believer's readiness to give up something precious for God. It fosters a sense of gratitude for God's blessings. It also reinforces the teachings of compassion and sharing. The meat from the sacrificed animal is not just for personal consumption. A significant portion is distributed to others, especially the poor and needy. This ensures that everyone in the community can share in the blessings of Eid. The ritual connects Muslims to their faith's history and its core values. Section 7. Sharing Divine Blessings. The Importance of Charity and Giving. A fundamental aspect of Eid al-Adha is the emphasis on charity and sharing. The meat from the Qurbani, or sacrificed animal, plays a central role in this. Islamic guidelines recommend dividing the meat into 3 parts. This division ensures that the blessings of the sacrifice are widely distributed. 1/3 of the meat is for the family who performed the sacrifice. This allows them to partake in the blessed food. It is a way to enjoy the fruits of their devotion and remember God's provision. This portion is often used for the family's Eid feast. The 2/3 of the meat is shared with relatives, friends, and neighbors. This strengthens social bonds and fosters a sense of community. Exchanging food is a common practice during Eid. It promotes goodwill and camaraderie among people. It doesn't matter if the recipients are rich or poor. This sharing reinforces the interconnectedness of the community. It allows everyone to feel included in the festive spirit. It is a practical demonstration of the Prophet Muhammad's teachings on caring for one's neighbors and maintaining kinship ties. The most crucial portion, the final third, is distributed to the poor and needy. This is a vital act of charity. It ensures that less fortunate members of society can also enjoy a nourishing meal during Eid. This act of giving is central to the spirit of the festival. It reflects the Islamic principles of social justice and compassion. Many Muslims go to great lengths to find those in need. They distribute meat to orphanages, shelters, and impoverished communities. This practice helps to alleviate hunger and brings joy to many hearts during the celebration. Beyond the qurbani meat, other forms of charity are also encouraged during Eid al-Adha. Muslims may give zakat or obligatory charity or sadaqah, voluntary charity. This can be in the form of money, food, or other essential items. The festival is a time to be particularly mindful of those who are struggling. It is an opportunity to practice generosity and empathy. The collective effort to support the needy ensures that Eid is a truly inclusive celebration. It underscores the belief that all blessings come from God and should be shared with His creation. This spirit of giving is a hallmark of Eid al-Adha. Section 8. A tapestry of joy, community, feasting, and family bonds. Eid al-Adha is not only a time for solemn religious duties, it is also a period of immense joy, celebration, and community bonding. After the Eid prayers and the qurbani, families and friends gather together. People wear their new or best clothes. This symbolizes purity, renewal, and respect for the special occasion. Homes are often decorated. There is a general atmosphere of festivity and happiness. Children in particular look forward to Eid with great excitement. They often receive gifts, sweets, or money known as Eid from elders. Visiting relatives and friends is a significant tradition during Eid. People make an effort to connect with their loved ones. They exchange greetings of Eid Mubarak, meaning blessed Eid. These visits strengthen family ties and friendships. Forgiving past grievances and fostering reconciliation are also encouraged. This focus on social connection is a vital part of the Eid experience. It helps to build a strong and supportive community. Sharing meals together is a common practice, fostering warmth and togetherness among all. Feasting is a central element of Eid al-Adha celebrations. Special dishes are prepared, often featuring the meat from the qurbani. Families cook elaborate meals and invite guests to share in the bounty. The types of food vary greatly depending on the culture and region. However, the spirit of hospitality is universal. Sharing food is seen as an act of generosity and fellowship. These communal meals are a time for laughter, storytelling, and creating cherished memories. They reinforce the sense of belonging and shared identity within the Muslim community. The communal aspect of Eid al-Adha is deeply significant. It brings people together from all walks of life. Rich and poor, young and old, celebrate side by side. This unity is visible in the congregational prayers and the shared meals. The festival reminds Muslims that they are part of a larger global family of believers. It provides an opportunity to strengthen social cohesion and support one another. The joyous atmosphere, combined with acts of worship and charity, makes Eid al-Adha a truly special and meaningful time for Muslims everywhere around the globe. Section 9. Global Celebrations and Enduring Wisdom. Eid's Universal Message. Eid al-Adha is celebrated by Muslims all over the world. While the core religious rituals like the prayer and qurbani are similar everywhere, local customs add unique flavors to the festivities. Different cultures have their own traditional foods, clothing, and ways of celebrating. For example, in South Asia, special sweets and biryanis are popular. In parts of Africa, communities might gather for large public festivities with music and dance. In the Middle East, families often prepare elaborate lamb dishes. These diverse expressions of joy all reflect the same underlying spirit of Eid. Despite these cultural variations, the unity of the Muslim Ummah or community is evident during Eid al-Adha. Muslims from diverse backgrounds share a common faith and purpose. They are united by the story of Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice. They are also united by the values of devotion, charity, and community. This global celebration strengthens the sense of belonging to a worldwide family. It transcends national borders and ethnic differences. The shared experience of Eid fosters solidarity and mutual understanding among Muslims from different parts of the globe. The enduring message of Eid al-Adha is multifaceted. It emphasizes unwavering faith and obedience to God, as exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim. It teaches the importance of sacrifice, not just in a ritual sense, but also in giving up one's ego and worldly attachments for a higher purpose. The festival powerfully highlights compassion and care for the less fortunate. The obligation to share qurbani meat ensures that no one is left out of the celebration. It promotes social responsibility and justice within the community. Ultimately, Eid al-Adha is a profound reminder of the core values that underpin Islam. It is a time for spiritual reflection, renewal of faith, and strengthening of communal bonds. The lessons of sacrifice, submission, charity, and unity resonate deeply with Muslims. These teachings guide them in their daily lives. The festival encourages believers to embody these principles throughout the year. Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, continues to be a source of inspiration and joy. It reaffirms the enduring power of faith and the importance of human compassion in an ever-changing world.